Is it time? Oh, it looks like it's time.
I don't know if it's going to start yet.
We won't know until we try it. Oh.
That didn't sound good.
Sorry for the shaking, guys. Scared the crap out of me. That was on the back end.
That's not leaking.
Okay, guys, here we are again. That first one was a little eye-opening, kind of scary. There's Joel. He hasn't shit himself yet. We're good.
Link is linking.
Link is linking. Ash is sparkling.
Alright, so... Well, it is Monday, and I've spent a little bit of time this morning trying to troubleshoot our no start condition here. Last night it looked like there was no spark, so I started running through things. What I found was, let's see, let's get you in here. The coil pack connector is 3 wires. The signal wires were crossed between the two. And this black wire that's supposed to get 12 volts from the ignition was not getting it. What I found was that in one of my connector housings, the black wire with a white stripe that carries the 12 volts to the coil pack was just not seated correctly. But I also could not get it to seat correctly. Even tried re-crimping it and trying a different position. Ended up using just a basic blade terminal setup, a male and a female, and just bypassed the connector housing for now. So now I should have spark. Now I think it should crank, but let's see what we get here. We'll just we'll sit you right here. Can we? Yep, we can see that. Okay. Let's give her a start. See what happens. Well, hopefully you could see the little light here. I saw the light flashing. It's got spark now, but we're still in a no start condition, so more troubleshooting. Well, it's still Monday, and had to take a little bit of break because my nerves were getting shot, and well, I had to take a break. So what we found is just a little update, recap the side pins, like pins 2 and 3 on the coil pack were swapped. I fixed that. The black wire, position number 1 on the coil pack connector should have 12 volts coming in through the ignition. It did not. I traced that back to the connector housing. I ended up having to bypass both housings because I just could not get that pin to seat in a different position even after recrimping it. So for now it's doing its own thing with male and female blade terminals. Nothing fancy there, but also not a long-term solution. Per my buddy Ricky, also found out that allegedly the fuel injectors will not open up if the engine coolant sensor isn't plugged in. It wasn't. I never plugged it in because I don't have any coolant in there. But what's funny about that is that he also asked me if my injector resistor pack was plugged in. No, completely forgot about it. After fixing those items, gave it a turn, still no start. So what I did was I went ahead and, again per Ricky's advice, just swapped the firing order, and this is what I'm getting now. It's so close. It is so close to starting. Oh my God. Hey guys, it's still Monday. This thing's getting pretty frustrating. Dealing with the TPS here. I'm not sure how much of that you can see, but I got Link running. It's not saving, it's just streaming. I'm trying to make my TPS adjustment here. Right. So there's get lined up. Alright, so that would be the very first position that I could possibly be in. Problem is that Link seems to think that, oh, the screen just went blank. The throttle is at 66% open right now, when in fact it's not. And in this position, if I actually like manually manipulate the throttle plate, I mean, it goes up to 99 and then wide open, but the voltage isn't changing that much. So I don't know if the signal is confused. It's been the case most of the day. Or if something else is going on. Yep. Okay.
Go.
Alright, so summary for today. Coil pack plug, 2 wires switched, got that right. TPS, couple of wires switched, got that right, and it calibrates an ECM link like it should. One 12-volt line from the ignition to the coil pack plug, also repaired outside of the little connector harness. I have the engine temperature sensor thing plugged in. I hear that the injectors will not fire without those. The resistor pack is plugged in like it should be for those. I plugged in the fan. That was a cool trick. It was hanging out. And I have the alternator wired up, I think. I had to make a new pigtail for it. So allegedly, oh, and the last thing is that I wired the spark plug wires. So lots of input from Ricky. Big thanks for all of that information. Lots of tedious wiring for today. So let's see if it's going to crank, because it really wanted to earlier. Okay guys, after a little bit of conversing, got some advice to change the wires back again. This is really confusing. I'm going to have to document what the final configuration is. But with all the changes that we've made and everything, we're going to give it another try. So, oh man. It works! Alright guys, well, it is still Monday evening, and well, we've heard it crank. All of the emotion from that has me pretty exhausted. There's still a lot to do. Before we can get it back on the ground, I've got to get the correct nuts and bolts on the coilover, the bottom or at least the lower control arm. I need to replace the outer tie rod end. Both those are on the driver's side, both those items. So I have a little bit of work to do in the engine bay. I need to actually tighten down all these clamps. I've got the wastegate plumbing to finish up. I need to get wideband installed. It doesn't do much good sitting out here. Gotta finish up the wire harness, like getting it tidy and in place and secured and not a fire hazard that it is. Looks like I am leaking a little bit of power steering fluid. I need to tighten those down at the subframe and get the tail lights plugged in. I think we'll be able to put this thing on the road. So don't know if I'll be able to get that all done this week. I'd like to, but we will see. Make sure you subscribe so that you can see the maiden voyage on this thing. It's been 4 years, if not 5, since the last time I heard it crank. So this is pretty exciting. We're so close to being back on the road. I can't even, I don't even know how it feels. I can't even tell you how I feel. Until next time, guys.